Welcome back to the DNX show, and today we're going to be talking all about SMX Charlotte as well as MXGP of Turkey. All right, so for SMX at Charlotte, Doc was actually there, and he got to experience firsthand that rain lightning delay. So Doc, how was that?
Well, we went from putting sunscreen on my son twice because it was so hot to like some of the heaviest rain I've ever seen. We were standing in the parking lot and the water was running so much down the parking lot. It was going over my son's shoes. It was insane. It was like actually insane.
I saw a clip from Nate Thrasher, and it was flooding in the Star Rig underneath the like where they were at the Star Rig, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
That's where we were. I was standing when it started raining. I went and hung out with Cole at the Star Rig, and it was like flooding everything. They had to pick up all their gear bags, everything. It was insane.
That is crazy. And I do want to say that I think they made the right decision with canceling it. Now, I personally wish that they were able to race, right? I think every fan wanted them to race, but there's lightning in the area. There's no lights. And there's like no lights from around the motocross portion of the track, which is one of the reasons why they had to cancel it. And the lights above were not good enough for the riders on the track. And that's safety. And I think personally they made the right decision. I hated it because I wanted to watch the second motos because I think anything could have happened in a mud race. But at the same time, it's safety. I completely understand.
I understand being bummed about like not getting to watch both races, but I mean, what do you want them to do? You know, I don't know. Like, I mean, they postponed the thing like an hour and a half, and like it was pouring. I mean, that track, I didn't get to see the track after the rain, but I would imagine it was just a swamp and there was a lot of lightning. I don't know. I don't think it was that big of a deal. It sucks, especially because it's a playoff round, but.
And I also want to say, like, even with the cancellation, the results were probably going to be the same. Let's be real. We had Jett first, you know, Chase, Tomac, Hunter, RJ top 5, right? That's basically what's been the realm every single week. And then you had Deegan winning, you had Joe in there, you had Levi in there, you had Seth in there. Like, that's the top 4 that we even talked about, right, as being contenders. So at the end of the day, it kind of worked out how it probably would have.
I think it more screwed the guys like McElrath, Jay Coop. Jay Coop got screwed big time. You know, the guys in that 10th to 15th spot that move around a lot, they got screwed.
Yeah, 100%. I think especially Jay Coop, and we'll get into Jay Coop here in a little bit, but that really sucked for him.
One funny thing at the end of the race, right? I was in the pits, and right when they canceled it, it was really funny seeing everybody's like different reactions. Shane McElrath was like, they hadn't even done the 250 Moto 2 yet. Obviously, he was already in his gear, ready to go. Right, like he was like ready to go. And as I'm standing there talking to Shane, Dino walks out of the truck in shorts, no shirt, a flip-flop, and a can of Coca-Cola. Like, he was like completely checked out, was so ready for it to be over, and Shane was like battle ready. It was so funny. But I was cracking up.
Yeah, I mean, I made a kind of a skit about this because Deegan was saying that, hey, it doesn't matter. We got to race because we're professionals. You know, Cole was like, I'm ready to go whenever. And then you had Jett just like, I hope they cancel this, man. Yeah. So, yeah, you had so many different takeaways from the cancellation, which was kind of funny. But going into our actual thing for like takeaways here. All right, Doc, let's go in the 450 class because I think for me personally, Jett is beatable. And I say that in a way that, yes, he just pulled Holshot, and yes, he won, and yes, he led every single lap. However, he did make multiple mistakes. I think Tomac was right there. And I think personally, Chase, he should have had to start. He pushed it wide, Jett cut underneath. But Chase was right there. He was clicking off. And I think he kind of settled for second place, which he even actually mentioned because he was like, yo, this track is so sketchy. I don't really want to push this. And I think second motos, if it wasn't a rain, I think Chase could have got it done. Or Tomac could have got it done.
Yes, that's a totally plausible and accurate scenario. Also, I think Jett just managed that race. He made some mistakes, but I really think that Jett just held Tomac there at 2-3 seconds the whole time.
He's really good at that too.
I'm saying, like, as beatable as he looked, like, I totally hear you. I don't think he's as beatable as he looks.
It's going to be interesting because St. Louis is more of supercross. I was looking at the track
supercross
map,
track. Yeah.
and I'm so kind of unsure of what's happening underneath the stadium when they go outside. Like, I don't know what's happening in there. Is it just like a turn, like just a 180? I'm assuming. So it's going to be full sand.
Insider info. It's just a 180 sand.
Oh, that's kind of lame. Like, and then it's just a full supercross track, like a Glendale supercross track.
It's literally just soupy with no whoops.
What? That's stupid. It should. I understand they have to probably make it more supercross because it's in a stadium. But that's kind of sucks. But anyways, I was going to say with my takeaway here is Jett is beatable is because if that is supercross, right? Like a full on, I'm putting quotes here because it's going to be rough. It's going to have some moto sections, but like more supercross. I think Chase has maybe an upper hand here because of how dominant, in quotations, he was in supercross.
I didn't like the starts either at Charlotte. It was weird. But like a traditional start, if Jett gets 6th, 7th, something like that, which is rare, he's such a good starter. But I mean, I definitely think the other guys are going at a pace fast enough on a soupy track that it could hold them off for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to make it very, very interesting, in my opinion. And I'm kind of bummed now that you mentioned that it's only going to be a 180 sand. Like, that sucks.
From what I heard, it's just a 180 sand.
So, I hope it's so rough, like llama. It's not going to be llama rough, but I hope it is.
How are they going to do that in a 180 with like 50 feet on either side, dude?
I don't know.
Put a bunch of freaking asphalt speed bumps in there or something. I don't know.
Dude, they got to do something. Put a sand wall in there. I don't know, dude, but
like 4 of them.
Yeah, basically. But going for the 250s, I have a 2-man show here, and it's Deegan and Joe. I don't think anybody is going to beat either of those. I know Joe did get beat, technically. He doesn't crash there. He wins that race. I don't want to hear any of you Deegan fans saying that. He goes out there and wins that race. He was putting same lap times as Deegan. He would have the lead. He would have nobody around him. He wouldn't have to make passes. He wins that race. And that's why I say it's a 2-man show. Deegan and Joe. Obviously, Deegan's going to go through the pack no matter what. But I think it would have been a little bit too late of a charge for him to catch Joe. Because think about this. If Joe was in the lead, it would have been 11 plus seconds because Seth had 11 plus. And I get catching Seth, right? Seth is dealing with an illness. That track is tough. Deegan's an animal. We get it. But Joe probably would have had a 15, 16 second lead and not an 11-second lead.
I also think the mindset from Deegan would have been different. You know, like, I feel like he probably believes he can catch Seth more than, like, you get into second place and Joe is 15 seconds out. I feel like the mindset's like, all right, we'll go 2-1, get for the overall.
100%. And he probably was thinking maybe like, okay, I'm going to push as hard as I can until like 4 minutes left and see where I'm at. If I'm close enough, I will continue pushing. If I'm not, I'm going to save my energy for Moto 2, right? And I really believe that if Joe doesn't go down, he wins that race. But that's why I'm saying that's a 2-man show now. Like, I don't think either one of those guys are going to go off the podium in these 3 rounds.
No, like, short of a crash. But, like, yeah, I don't think there's anyone. I mean, Levi was ripping too, low key.
I will say too, Cole was ripping too until he tucked the front. And they didn't even mention it on the broadcast, bro. Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, that's Cole. Oh, Cole just crashed. And they just continue their conversation about whoever was on the screen. I'm like, bro, that's Cole. He's on the ground.
Yeah, he looked really good. He looked like Cole, like very slow as far as his movements were, like very fluid, right? Like nothing crazy going on. He was scrubbing the double before the soupy triple so hard. It was so sick. Yeah, he looked really good. And then he crashed.
Yeah. I was hoping that he would catch back up, but that track, it was pretty freaking rough, as everybody knows. And I think he got 8th, if I'm not mistaken. 8th place, 7th place maybe. He got 8th place behind Tom Vial, which Tom Vial, 7th place. Not the greatest. But
yeah, KTM did not have a great day.
No. I mean, Chase got 2nd.
Yeah, that's true.
250 guys, 7th for Tom Vial. And then our thoughts and prayers goes out to Juju. He broke his, I'm just going to say his back, his lower back. It was a burst fracture, I believe, in his L3. I could be wrong on the placement there. But he from the videos that I've seen, he's already walking, which I think is a good sign. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sure.
So hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Were you like right there?
I was on the other side watching him go through the rhythm.
Dude.
It was heavy. It was gnarly.
At first, I thought it was a concussion because the way that he crashed, it looked like he like landed like, you know, like his upper body and head from the first clip that I saw. And like he was just like flailing. And then I saw a couple clips of them putting a neck bracer on. I'm like, oh, not again with the concussions, because we know that he had one at High Point and Budds Creek. But then he came out and said, no, no concussion. I didn't even get knocked out or anything. I landed on my lower back, which caused the issue. So yeah, kind of that really, really sucked. But hopefully he has a speedy recovery.
That track was so gnarly.
Well, let's talk about the track. So for my surprises here, I have 2. Well, let's talk about the track first. Okay, that's one of my surprises. At first, I really liked it. And what I mean by this is I like how motocross it felt. All right, that outdoor section, it looked like a motocross track. It looked awesome. Now, was it too soft? Yes. Was it way too soft? Yes. 100%. The whole track was way too soft. There's ruts going everywhere, like on landings, lips, everywhere. But I liked how moto it felt. Was it sketchy? Yes. Did it cause a lot of chaos and crashes and injuries? Yes. So that I didn't like. And hopefully they can figure out some sort of common fact or common, I don't know what the right term is, but something's better for next year. And I also know they rained like 4 days or something like that, like 3 days in a row there. So the dirt was already kind of ruined. But at first I enjoyed the track, and then everybody got hurt. And I'm like, this shit sucks.
I heard like 4 or 5 riders, Deegan, Cole, Shane, Dino, Benny Bloss, Drew Adams. They all told me it was the gnarliest outdoor track of any outdoor track on the circuit.
That's crazy.
Like they're like, Cole was like, dude, this is, you know, or Deegan, I heard him talking to somebody, said it was like, it's like, this is the deepest ruts I've ever, like, of any outdoor race we've ever done.
That's great. I remember a clip of Ken Roxon. I think he was in front of RJ, and he goes through one of the corners outdoors, on the outdoor section, and he just sinks there, and he just rips it all the way around, and it's just him going like as a snail pace because it's so deep, and he's just like going as fast as he can, bro. And yeah, the track definitely shouldn't have been that soft, but it was the weather kind of and then factor. So
I mean, that venue sucks. I'm gonna be honest. Like, from a spectator,
I'm not a big fan of drag strip races.
No, they suck. You literally can't see the outdoor section no matter where you sit. It's way over there, and if you sit on the very end, you can't see this side, and you can't see that side. I don't know. It sucks.
This is why I have said in the past they should go to outdoor facilities and make it an SMX track. Take, for example, they go to Paula. They include the hills. They put the supercross section in the middle of the infield because that whole facility is massive, and they could do that. I think that would make it sicker than going to a drag strip, which the start, you like the broadcast, it was in the fucking skybox, bro. Like, you, because they couldn't get it all with one camera, so it was like a skybox. I couldn't even see who took hole shot. Like, who is this? And I'm not a big fan of the one line sections going over the blocks. I don't like it, bro. It just funnels everything, and it's not open, and I'm not a big fan of tracks.
Yeah, they weren't great. It's not a great track. I mean, the racing was cool. Like, the motos were exciting, but I don't know. It's not a great venue.
I hope they stay in Charlotte, just at a different place, or figure out something to make it a better track. I don't know.
Do it on the speedway, like
the
I
Charlotte Speedway.
Like yeah, like Daytona, but I guess Daytona sucks too for viewing.
Very true, but I wouldn't. I don't know, maybe because if you sit in the stands, you can probably see the whole track. Yes, it's kind of far away, but then you see the whole track. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
But another surprise for me at least, Austin Faulkner getting 5th place.
Oh,
man.
dude,
that was awesome to watch, bro. And when he got to the start, and I'm like, he was basically top 3, I think. I don't think he pulled whole shot, but he was right there, and we were yelling, man. I was like, it's Austin, let's go. And I'm really excited to see that he stayed in 5th. Like, yes, he started like 3rd, but then he faded, like Joe and Levi passed him. Like, okay, that's cool. But he stayed there. He stayed in 5th, and nobody else got by him. And that's awesome. I thought that was so sick.
No, he looked phenomenal. You know, I mean, like, I would say towards the middle of the race, like where he started to get past, you could tell he was fading a little bit, but not, like you said, like not enough, obviously, to go back farther than 5th. He looked really, really good. I was really excited too.
And low-key, he made a post on his Instagram saying, hey, man, I'm happy they canceled because I got 5th. And I'm like, bro, because you never know with motor races, man. That could have been a 22nd in Moto 2, right? And 5th place would have been pointless, right? But yeah, that was awesome. Such a cool ride to see him up there. And I think that will give him the confidence going into next week that he can be there, that he could be a 5th place guy. And I think if he can stay in that range, that will also give him the confidence for next year.
Well, imagine like this year with Austin, like not qualifying for some rounds, not scoring points some rounds, and then watch him get like 4th or 3rd in SMX.
Dude, it would be
like
insane.
a Pierce Brown thing all over again, right? Like PB didn't have a great series, then wins the last race and gets 3rd.
Yeah, and I think also if you take Austin's year as a whole, oh my gosh, I can't speak. I think it's an exceptional success. I really do believe it's been a great year for Austin. He made every single round. Did he not finish a couple rounds? Yes, right? Bike stuff, crashes, I get it. But he was there every single round. And I think that is a W in his book. And I think that's going to help him build for next year and the years after.
Yeah, and it's been building from Soupy on, you know, like it's been progressing up, which I feel like is rare, you know, to see someone start out so low, I guess, you know, struggling so much. And then now I feel like is a genuine top 5 contender.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so sick. Okay, but now let's go into a little bit of our letdowns. And I really only have 2. And we've already kind of discussed one. It was the weather. I'm just let down because we didn't get to see Moto 2s. There's not really much we can else talk about for that. And then another letdown I had was Joe. And my letdown is just because he goes down when I think if he stays up, I mentioned he can win the Moto. Or he could battle with Deegan for the Moto win. And I think we didn't get to see that because of him crashing.
The only thing I'll say is we should be glad that he's okay. That dude hit the ground so hard. I was sitting, he was right below us. I thought, I mean, like he slapped the ground really, really hard. I thought he was going to be in trouble. So yeah, I'm let down, but seeing him come back and getting 3rd was sick.
He technically got 4th because Levi jumped on the red cross, so he got a position. Or no, excuse me, Levi passed under the red cross, which allowed Joe to move up because he docked a position. But yeah, that crash was super gnarly because he landed right on his like back, right, and like the whole momentum back to head. So that could have been maybe a little concuss. Obviously, didn't get that, but obviously, like he could have been. The way that he got up and then charged through to get 4th was impressive.
Ripping. Yeah.
So impressive. So as I go back to my takeaways here, it's a 2-man show between Joe and Deegs. And That's why I'm let down with Joe, because he could have won that thing, man.
It's a bummer to see Jordan Smith not really be able to do anything either. You know, after crashing in the start and then being like P18 or whatever the whole time.
Definitely a bummer. Also, you could say maybe a little letdown for the 450 guys is Jay Coop.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know this. He crashed on the start. Like he was like
so
obviously
far back.
I know it now, but like he was so far back. In the moment, I'm like, where the hell is he? And he was 30 seconds down after lap 1.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
They were like already in. I don't even know. They were like already in the rhythm lane when he was still like in the center of the track.
Now, going into best rides here, talking about Jay Coop, that ride was awesome because he goes from dead last, being 30 seconds down, to 11th place. I think you got to give him some credit for that. And I know he's definitely bummed because he had the red plate and he loses a lot of points here. But it's still a great ride, in my opinion. And also, RJ had a great ride. He started about 8th, 9th, and moved all the way up to 5th. And I'm like, bro, that's a great ride.
I'm telling you, bro, he's going to be a demon next year.
Dude, I was watching. I'm like, bro, he's riding so good. I thought it was very impressive the way that he was making passes, too. Like, the pass on Kenny was very impressive. The pass around Webb. And then you also had DF in there, too, like, because he had a bad start. And I think if RJ can just get a start, dude, do you think he can? I think he can be in the mix.
I think he can get a podium 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
What'd I say about Cooper Webb?
Yeah, struggled.
Not a top
place.
5, baby.
Yeah, he struggled bad. And I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised because he's coming off of that injury. He hasn't had a gate drop like a Sexton, in a long time. And I didn't expect him to fade, I guess. I mean, he was 50 seconds down off of Jett, but he was also 20 seconds down on Kenny in 6.
Ain't no cutting down on that track, bro. It was a freaking slot machine race,
It was basically an outdoor track with supercross jumps.
Yeah, that's not Cooper Webb.
No. Now, going into St. Louis, we have some bull turns.
Yeah, he could do well there for sure.
So that's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, those are our letdowns for the race. The weather, Joe, Jay Coop, Webb. But now, or I guess I'm talking about best rides here. Those were our letdowns. Best rides, Jay Coop, RJ. 250s, you got to be Deegan, Joe, and Faulkner. Those are my 3 guys. Because Deegs goes from 7th to 1st, Deegan. Right? Or I have Ryder D here. He got 6th place. Joe goes from 2nd to 11th back to 3rd. Very impressive. And then Faulkner goes for 5th place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess Joe could have won that. I don't know.
He was winning that. He was winning that, bro.
He was so good.
If he makes it past without crashing, he's winning.
Yeah, Deegan's so good on that track, though, dude.
I will stick my neck out for Joe on this one. He would have won that race if he doesn't go down.
He was fine. Like, the bike had to be a little tweaked. I'm sure his back was a little tweaked, and he was on the move. So, yeah, I mean, it's very possible. I think he'll win next week.
Hey, that's a bold one. Predictions come out later this week, but
it's not bold.
I mean, I don't think it's that bold.
It's not
but yeah, that's basically Charlotte. We don't, obviously, with the race being canceled, we only have one wow, I can't speak. We only have one moto to go off of.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was pretty exciting. I mean,
it was great.
The 250 race was very exciting. 450s, it's 450s, man. Like, people get into their rhythm, and it's just kind of patience until the very end when people turn it up, right? Where 250s, it's just chaos every single lap.
I was stoked to see Tomac, like, stick with Jett. I like that. I like that a lot.
He did go down, crashing, though. So
stop doing that. Stop it. Other than that, like, he wasn't really losing time. Like, he would a couple laps and then gain it back. And, like, I felt like he had the pace. But
you could go back to say what you said earlier, though. Jett was just managing, and he could have pushed it out if he needed to.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
So,
I hate it
but
here.
anyways, I think the top three, we kind of expected to be the top three with Tomac, Chase, and Jett. Hunter right there, probably next week. So it's going to be very, very
Hunter
interesting.
struggled, it seemed.
He struggled, still got fourth. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's Hunter for you in a nutshell. He'll be right there. He'll struggle, but he'll still be top 5. Okay, but now going into a little bit of MXGP. Doc was busy this weekend. He was at Charlotte, and so he doesn't know much. So I'll kind of go over just my initial thoughts of the race. One, I thought the track was pretty good to a degree. It was kind of hard to pass in certain spots, but they made it work. The 250 guys made it work. They forced the issue on a couple occasions, which as a fan is awesome. 450 guys, I said this in both reaction videos, man. They literally don't do anything. It's literally no chaos. It's just patience, and then at the very end, they try to go for it. That's the whole entire race. They fall into a pace. Nothing happens for 25 minutes, and then you have chaos within like the last 5 minutes. Every single time.
It seems to be like the MO over there for the GP guys, right?
Yeah,
I've heard that for years.
Yeah, that's what happened basically all year this year. Like maybe besides a couple races where one guy goes down and he forces his way through the pack. But say, for example, in Moto 1, Lucas got into the lead. Hurlings was in second. Geyser third. Febvre fourth. There was one pass. Febvre for Geyser because Geyser got arm pump. That was it. For top 5, that was it. There was nothing else. And yeah, and then second motos, same ordeal. Hurling's now in second. Febvre in first. Hurling make the pass and nothing else happened after that. So, I mean, it's good. It's good racing because it's all close, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. But 250s, it's chaos, man. Like, Langenfelder pushes through the pack, forces Camden go down. You've almost had Sasha go down. He goes into the lead. And that was awesome to watch. Kai did a similar thing where he forced his way into second place, gained on the championship. Now he's only 12 points down. And 250 class is very exciting. 450, it is what it is. All right. But talking about the championships a little bit, just to sum it up here. Kai made up 3 points. He's now 12 points down with 2 races to go. Still possible.
That's doable.
Still possible. Lucas, he did make up some points. Didn't make up a lot of points. However, he is only down. Hold up. I'm doing my math here because I probably should have done this before, but he is only down 26 points now. 2 races to go, 6 motos. It's possible.
Yeah.
Unlikely because Febvre is a consistent guy and he's going to be top 4 every race, right?
I like those odds for Kai, though.
That's what I'm saying. And if I'm not mistaken, China, where they're going to this coming weekend, is a little bit more of like a sandy texture. It's not real hard pack. It's not like a Turkey. It's not like a Czech. It's more of like an Argentina, right? Where it's a little bit sandy. Okay. And
right.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. And then Australia, I heard it's basically 90% sand with a little bit of clay. So
Langenfelder's cooked, is what you're saying.
Yes. I do want to say, though, Langenfelder put on a championship mode in Moto 2 to go and win that race and win the overall, but Kai still made up points. So it's going to be interesting. That's all I got to say. It's going to be very, very interesting. You guys know where I lie. All right? You guys know where I lie. But I want some good racing. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all we want.
So, but 2 races left for MXGP, 2 races left for SMX, and then we got Motocross of Nations. He's going to it. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be good. It's gonna be good.
So sick.
It's gonna be so good.
There's actually I think MXGP tweeted it or posted on IG all the teams. So go check that out. Maybe I'll have like the link in the description for something. Or it's on MXGP on Instagram. So go check it out. But they listed all the teams, and dude, it's stacked. I know there's a couple guys not racing like Prado and Hurlings, but it's gonna be very, very good, bro.
What's Prado doing, bro? He ain't doing nothing.
Hey. I got no comment. For Prado. But I am kind of bummed Hurling's not racing. Don't worry about it. But
Hurling's not racing makes me mad.
Yeah, same. Dude, I have a feeling in the next 2 weeks he's going to be there. I just have a feeling. He's going to show up because one guy is not going to be able to do it. I don't know. I just have a feeling because Everybody is in uproar, dude. Everybody. I mean, every comment that I see that I post about, I can't believe he's not racing MX. I can't believe he's not racing.
He's ripping.
So
well, hopefully the other guys stay healthy. We don't want nobody getting hurt.
No, yeah. And I said this in the reaction too. Like, I'm excited for Vlondrin. That's the logical choice of who would get cut here, in my opinion. I'm excited for him because I think he could do really good. He's really good. And I think he can do extremely well. Koldenov, I will say, Koldenov had a big crash in practice this past weekend. Did not do well. So maybe the injury lingers. I don't want to see that. I want to see him out there because he's a beast. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's MXGP in a nutshell. 12 points for Kai and Langenfelder. Adamo's, he's not even in the chip anymore. For 450s, Lucas is 26 points down on Fevra. 2 races to go. It's anybody's game. And then for SMX, next weekend, St. Louis starts at 7 Eastern. So that's going to be exciting.
Praise the Lord. Hey, let's get rid of day races. Good grief.
Yeah, it should be a night. I think playoffs should always be a night.
Yeah, man. What are we doing? I don't
know. But anyways, so that's it for the weekend. It's a little short, but we got things to do. We got people to see, and we got work to do. All right, so.
I mean, bro, I'm chilling.
You got to get better. You're sick. You got to go take some medicine or something.
I got to go do something. I got to make a bikes video for the first time in 2 months.
Oh, man. We got to talk about that. In our next pod, we're talking about MX bikes because there's something that's happening that we got to discuss. So we'll talk about that at the next pod. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Much love. Stay safe. And make sure you guys hit the like and sub button. Bro.